What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 3 of my Arizona Coyotes Franchise Mode series. If you guys missed the last episode, we made the playoffs surprisingly, but did not win the Stanley Cup. We actually lost to Chicago Blackhawks, who went on to win it. Unfortunately, though, we got swept in the first round, so we lost out on Bedard and Michkov and don't even have a playoff win to show for it, but I guess, the guys got some playoff experience. You gotta look at the bright side. Also, real quick, guys, I want to thank you so much for the support on this series so far. If you wouldn't mind leaving a quick thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Before I actually get on with this, guys, I want to show you the chemistry here. You might remember we only have +1 on the second line. I believe it was +2 before. And our defense, we did not have -3. So I think with the newest franchise update, must have affected the coaching style somehow. And my team's chemistry is much, much worse. So I don't usually do this, but I have to fire the head coach. 53% staff chemistry. Our first pair before was getting a 0 in terms of the +-. Now they get a -3. Like, we just cannot have that. So I'm going to fire him there. Joe Thornton's actually available, which is interesting. He's got a 59% team fit, which isn't much better, but still, it is better than the old coach. Also, too, A- coach influence is really good. B, teaching as well with our young players. I was also looking at this other associate coach here in Cody. I'm thinking I might honestly hire him, maybe make him the head coach, fire our current associate coach, just kind of completely clean house. He wants a lot of money here, but he's actually going to end up being promoted to our head coach anyways, so this is probably fine. Now, his associate coach here is already chirping us, says he doesn't like to make up the roster, but he is willing to accept. I don't really know what he doesn't like. I think our roster's pretty good. Bergeron there, 6 points in 3 games. He's off to a hot start. So, as I mentioned, this interim head coach here, he's not kind of what I'm looking for. He's a 54% team fit, so not much better than our old head coach. Now, the associate coach here, I'm actually going to make our new head coach, so we'll promote him there to head coach. He's got a 63% team fit, which is nice. And I'm hoping Joe Thornton will come on as an associate. We'll have to probably pay him extra money since he's technically, taking a less job than he wants. But I think it's okay. We'll offer, whatever, the max we can, $2.4 million there. NHL associate coach. Hopefully says yes. Look at this, guys. Joe Thornton says, my sources tell me your staff chemistry is excellent. I'm hopeful I can join the staff with a little drama. I gladly accept. So we went from having bad staff chemistry to, according to Jumbo Joe, excellent. As you can see there, yeah, 63% from, 50-something. We'll do a quick look here at the lines before I edit them for the season. First line's now +1. Defense there, 2 +1. So, yeah, that was definitely worth doing, and I can still probably, hopefully, max out the chemistry a bit more. Alright, guys, so I just finished editing the lines. I'm going to show you how the chemistry's looking now. I'd say it's definitely better. We got +1 on the top 2 forward lines. First line there's Keller, Bergeron, and Wright. Second line, Puljujarvi, Hayden, DeBrusque. I feel like that looks pretty solid. Mangiapenny's actually third line with Lundstrom, Strome. Reason being, DeBrusque on the second line to get a +1. Anderson, Sorella, Krause on the fourth line. Obviously, those guys are a lot lower rated. And our ice time allocations actually roll 3 lines now, so this could work out even better for us. Defensively, this is pretty nuts. We got +2 on the top pair, +1 second, +3 bottom pair. All of our defensemen may be playing a lot better now, which is good since we led a lot of goals last year. In terms of special teams, zeros on both power plays, surprisingly. 4-man power play, 0 -1. PK is a +1 to 0. The 3-man's a 0 -1. So special teams could be better. Like, I don't know why. It's so easy to get a +5 on our Seattle power play, but this one's proving to be tougher. Of course, in net, Samsonov 88 starting is pretty crazy. DiPietro even 84 backup. AHL-wise, that first line's nasty. Gunther, Zeri, and Funkin a +2. Hossein, Kirk, Pelche. Like, we got some really good AHL players here. Defensively even, Capobianco, Puljujarvi, Crotty, Kuliachonik, Deneen, Green. I think the AHL team looks pretty good. Wedgwood there's a starter. Bednar backing him up. Hopefully both teams are playoff teams this year. If you guys missed the last episode, I'll give you a quick look at the captaincy. Decided to finally give Chychrun a C. And then we have both Shane Wright and Bergeron there wearing A's. I feel like, Bergeron's the experienced veteran coming in. Shane Wright's kind of the future face of this franchise. Through 6 preseason games there, Bergeron's actually leading in scoring, 9 points in 6 games. I'm going to quickly show you guys the offense, defense, goaltending here before we start the sim. So we've got 93 offense, 92 defense, 89 goaltending. I feel like that should be enough to make the playoffs. Let's find out. Wow, look at this trade up from the Capitals, guys. TJ Oshie for Janssen and Zeri. Now, I see Oshie's got pump 6 potential. Initially, I thought this was a good offer, but he might have dropped in rating. No, he's still an 85, but 36 years old. He's probably going to start dropping pretty soon. Oh, man, Oshie's nice. Fits our bottom 6, though. And we already have, like, a pretty solid top 9. I'm going to say no to that one, but decent offer. And we got another big trade up here, guys. The Minnesota Wild. Matt Dumba, Nikita Zadorov for Burmistrov, our medium league goalie. 2 second-round picks. I feel like our defense is looking pretty good, but obviously I'll take a look at the trade offer. Dumba is an 86. Burmistrov's a 60 now at 20 years old. Medium league potential. He's growing pretty well, honestly, considering the fact he started out 48. Zadorov doesn't really help our team at all. Doesn't even fit any of our lines. Dumbo, though, does fit all D pairings. I feel like maybe we'll circle back to Dumbo at the trade deadline. For right now, though, I want to kind of hold on to our goalie. And so we're nothingness over here, guys. The record of 20-13-2. We're playing some pretty good hockey. St. Louis there, I noticed, not doing too well, 10-18. Bergeron, age is just a number. He's got 44 points in 35 games. That is unreal. And we're actually second in the division there. But we're tied with the Wild. They just have 2 games in hand. So they could lose the next 2 games, in which case we're actually tied with them for real. We're not too far behind President's Trophy winner Canucks. They have 49. So 7 back. We want to win that trophy. I'd say we're looking pretty good. And we just got another decent trade-off here, guys. Anaheim Ducks want to give us Cam Fowler in a third for Zozin there, however you say that dude's name, and Bednar. 1970 medium top 6. He's a pretty good prospect. He's got pretty good shooting. Bednar there, 2174. He's probably never going to get more than a backup. Fowler's only an 83. Okay, I thought he was an 84, and maybe even an 85 if he grew well, but that's not the case, so saying no. And another trade deadline here, guys. Record of 32-22-7. So I feel like we should be a playoff team. See, we're on the standings. Currently tied with the Wild there, first in the division. Golden Knights actually now have 80 points, though. Probably leading the league, and they are. Patrice Bergeron there. That's unreal. 79 points, 61 games. Continues to tear it up. So I was a little worried that maybe we made the wrong choice signing him over O'Reilly, but does not look to be the case. Also, too quickly here, AHL team. Dylan Gunther has 70 and 62. He's definitely making the NHL next year. AHL team's at 95 points. Tied with the Americans there for first in the AHL. Pretty nice to see. So we'll get to the trade deadline here. Hopefully some nice options available to us. I think we'd be a buyer because, we're a pretty good team. I think, like I said, it's a very, very quick rebuild. I didn't expect it to be that quick, honestly. Seth Jones available there. 89 overall. Ryan O'Reilly's available, so if we wanted to bring him in, we could have both the veterans, two-way centers. Spurgeon, Tarasenko, Matt Dumbo, of course. Wenberg there, Jonathan Duran, LeBanc, Bobrovsky, Jack Campbell as well. I'm thinking maybe O'Reilly because our PK could be better. I think, the chemistry's not perfect. Having Bergeron and O'Reilly will be tough to play against in the playoffs. And wow, look at this, guys. Big trade-off from the St. Louis Blues. Tarasenko, Goligoski is 6th. They want Zuzin there, Brouwer, Zary, Bednar. They want a lot of pieces for Tarasenko. Obviously, is a very good goal scorer. Up to 32 years old now, but 21 goals, 31 assists. 52 points, 61 games, not that bad. I was expecting a little bit better, though, from him. Not only rating, but just production-wise. Zuzin could be good in the future. Same with Brouwer. Especially if we're going to be good, we're not going to get a lot of great prospects in the future. We might have to build around kind of the guys we already have. Bednar, I really don't mind giving up, but the rest of them, kind of tough. In terms of forwards, too, I feel like Shane Wright's probably holding his own. 19 goals, 37 assists. We'll take that. Gunther's a future sniper. I got a trade offer, and I couldn't even decide if I wanted to accept it before I got a new one. Just on principle, I'm going to decline that. I guess weren't meant to accept the Tarasenko one. Now we have the Rangers offering us Condré Miller a 4th and a 6th for Jacob Pelche and a 3rd. This is actually a pretty decent offer. Yeah, Miller's up to an 83. Huh. That's pretty good. Jacob Pelche, 22.78, medium top 6. He's not bad, but I think Condré Miller, 83 overalls, ate a lot better. In terms of defensemen, are we going to be losing anyone this summer? Could Condré Miller fill in? Ryan Murray there, 3 more years at 4.5. Could trade away Ryan Murray. Assuming we get Miller for cheaper, even if he's the same price, he's younger. Hopefully he'll become better. Larson there, maybe we let him go if Capobianco makes a team. Broberg, Starstrom are each going to need pretty big raises. I think this is a pretty good offer from the Rangers. You know what, guys? I'm going to take that. You don't get good young defensemen like that too often, so have to say yes. All right, guys, so here's the offer I'm making to Minnesota Wild for Ryan O'Reilly. Our first-round pick this year. I'm expecting us to hopefully go deep, bang on ourselves. Bednar there. We have that medium league goalie to take over for his spot as the AHL backup. For Bada here, low elite. Oh, my goodness. Chernak's actually a decent offer. He's not signed to his contract either. Interesting. 83 overall. I think the Miller trade was just better for us, though. Zary and Pelche are pretty much interchangeable, but Miller's younger than Chernak. So, the trade offer I was trying to make for O'Reilly, you guys might have saw, was a first-round pick, a sixth-round pick, Bednar and the low elite guy. So, let me refill that in and see if it goes through. So, as I was going to say, guys, the value's pretty equal. Will Minnesota say yes? Trades rejected. I thought it was pretty close. Instead of a sixth-rounder, we could add a third. We'll do, I guess Washington's doing better, it looks like. We'll have the Washington third there. A lot to give up, but I mean, I don't know, our team's pretty good. I feel like we have the assets. Let's try and actually win something here. Trade is still rejected, even with the third round pick added. And look at this, guys. Ryan O'Reilly currently has 68 points on the year. He's over a point per game. That's pretty incredible. So yeah, I have to have him. We have a little bit over an hour left in this trade deadline. All right, so I took out the lowly prospect they didn't even want. First, second, third, and Bednar for O'Reilly on a 1 year. Like, come on. Wow. The value's too far off. First, second, third round pick. Like, are you kidding me with Bednar? And look at this. Minnesota offers us Ryan O'Reilly, but they want Geeky a second Bednar. That's not happening. But one thing that might happen, guys, I was just looking at. So we made the big signing of Mangiapane, or I guess we traded for him then signed in the offseason. 86 overall, paying him $7 million. 14 goals and 19 assists on the year. He's a sniper. He's supposed to be scoring more than that. He's got a good shot. He is only averaging 13.5 minutes a night, but not really fit with our team. So let's try Mangiapane there. No Connor Geeky. Maybe they just do this. Trades rejected. Okay, so I mean, could keep our first. Let's do a third. We don't have very much time left. Trade still rejected. Let's do a first and a third with Mangiapane, Bednar for O'Reilly. Come on. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, maybe they don't want the salary he's making, which is honestly fair enough. We're going to do a first and a second with Mangiapane and Bednar for O'Reilly. This seems like a crazy overpay, so no, I don't think I'm going to do this. This doesn't seem worth it. Now, if we do want like a solid power forward veteran center, Ryan Getzlaf's available. Much cheaper. Florida Panthers second round pick probably gets it done 1-for-1. There we go. Okay, so just got Getzlaf so much cheaper. Not as good as O'Reilly, but have him on the PK, play fourth line center. I think I like that option a lot better. We made that trade quick too, because as you guys can see, the trade deadline was just about to complete. There you go. We'll take a look at all the trades that happened. We just got ours in. Ryan Merkley and Bolsters going to Ottawa. So Bolsters actually returns to Ottawa. San Jose there gets a prospect in a third. Troy Stetcher to Edmonton Oilers. Orlov and Zadar up to the Jets. Dustin Brown hasn't retired yet. He goes to Columbus with Antti Ranta. Let's see. Condre Miller, of course, to our team. Duran there to the Flames. Joey Decor to the Islanders. Let's see what else is going on here. Matthew Perreault to the Boston Bruins. Zub to the Sharks. That's about it. So I think we actually made like two of the bigger trades at this trade deadline. There was no blockbuster trades at all. Look at this. Logan Stanley put on waivers by the Manitoba Moose. Let's see. 25 years old, second overall, high top 6. 2 more years, 775K. He's like a really good 6D man if you don't have any other options. So I'm definitely going to be claiming him. At the trade deadline, guys, here's an updated look at our lines. We've got Wright, Hayton, and Getzlaf on the first line, getting a +3. So Getzlaf's really helping out that chemistry. Puljujarvi, Bergeron, Keller is the second line. DeBrusco, Mangiapane on the third with Krause, Sorella, and Lundstrom there on the fourth. Defensively here, I think no change. Really good chemistry before. Special teams, we're actually getting a +2 now in the first power play unit with Ryan Getzlaf centering it. So we got him cheap, and he's really helping out that chem. 4-man power play, I think's the same. PK, we're actually getting 2 +1s now. 3-man, I think that's the same as well, except for Getzlaf, of course, is in there, but it's still getting a -1. AHL team, quick look. I don't think any changes because, yeah, we still have, like, all of our AHL team players there. So I'll see the rest of the season here, guys. Hopefully, adding Getzlaf will help this team out and make him a Stanley Cup contender. We're nothing this season here, guys, with a record of 39, 34, and 9. So really not the best record. We didn't have 40 wins. After the deadline, I didn't think we played that bad. I mean, we did have 10-3 loss to Vegas. And I can see, okay, never mind, we did actually play pretty bad. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We lost 8 of 9 games here. Starting with the LA Kings loss and going to the Winnipeg Jets loss. You can't do that. Luckily, somehow, someway, we squeak into the playoffs. 87 points. Really the last team to make it there in the West. And we had the least amount of points of any team to make it. Hurricanes, Blue Jackets also at 87. Sabres at 91, didn't make it in. I feel like we robbed them, but that is just kind of how it's set up. So finally, luck went our way. Bergeron there, 97 points at 38 years old. Almost had a 100-point season. That is ridiculous, especially as a two-way forward. Like, are you kidding me? Clayton Keller, point per game, love it. Shane Wright, 67, not too bad. Hopefully, you can start putting up close to a point per game. As he is a first overall pick, and he's supposed to be like the next Connor McDavid or whatever. So let's see if he can live up to that hype. Brian Getzlaf there had a pretty good season, almost 60. Barrett Hayton, 55. Definitely dropped off from last year's 86, but still not too bad. Chikrin, 52 will take. DeBrusque, Puljujarvi, Strome, Mangiapane, they're all putting in 40. Lundstrom's 27. He definitely needs more ice time next year, so we're probably going to lose at least 1 or 2 guys, so he should get that. Samsonov here, 35 wins, a .904, 3.18. So good record, decent save percentage. The goals against, though, needs to be lower. DiPietro's stats, too, aren't the greatest. I'm wondering if he's still going to grow in rating, though. In terms of the AHL here, Dylan Gunther, 88 and 82. Love that. So, yeah, he's definitely making the NHL next year. Hosang, not too bad. Kirk, 66. Could go up to an 80. Maybe like a fourth liner for us. Zary. Funk there, his first season in the AHL, 58 points. Who knows? Maybe he could even make the NHL team. Take a look at our goalies. Bednar, Wedgwood. Wedgwood had really good stats. Just as an 80 overall, which, like I said, I think it's all you need in the AHL to have a good team. So we'll take a look at the entire league now. Bergeron, 97 points. Not good enough for the first page. Crosby there, 112. Crosby's just been crushing it in this sim. McDavid, 111. Is 1 point behind. They both had 60 goals. Neither guy's usually a goal scorer, so that's impressive. McDavid's up to a 98. Marner there, Matthews, Point, Kucherov, Mark Stone, Brad Marchand, Jake Gensel. Even though Bergeron, I think even without Pastrnak, Marchand's still getting it done because we have Bergeron. We saw, of course, Pastrnak was a free agent. Take a look at defenseman scoring next here. Quinn Hughes, 77, up to a 92. He starts out like an 86. He's same rating there. Makar, higher rating than Fox. He grows like insane in this franchise. Even Tyson Berry there, up to 87. Take a look at goaltenders next. Who's going to win the Vezina? Leonard, 43 wins. Save percentage, though, goes to Vanacek, .914 in Detroit. And in terms of goals against, Bobrovsky, 2.25. We only had 29 games played. Darcy Kemper, 2.74. Looking like Vanacek on Detroit could be taking on the Vezina. It's tough to say. And then rookie skaters here. I don't think we had one. Kent Johnson on the Blue Jackets, 73 points. And 41 of those were goals. He's more of a playmaker than a goal scorer, so that's pretty insane. Luckily, actually, at the latest roster update, Kent Johnson to be a much more of a playmaker because I have his shot pass bias heavily towards the pass side, as that guy's all about playmaking and stuff. Bernard there, 69 points his rookie season. Nice. You would expect a bit better than that. 87 overall already, though. Jeez. Michkov here, only 42 points, 18 goals. Even though he's got high 80 shot, 1T for the zone ability there, all those shooting X factors. Kind of surprised he didn't score more, but ice time, 16 minutes. Maybe the president used him enough. And look at the rest of the rookies here, guys. Brad Lambert, 20 years old, already an 89. J.C. Eaton there, Drake Brains, made-up guys. Johnny Sabaterka, upgraded him a little bit, only to a 60. He's up to an 81 for Buffalo, so good to see he's actually usable now. Slavkovsky there on Philly, Clark on LA. Pretty cool. And take a look at the standings next here, guys. Obviously, Arizona going to be outside the top 16. Detroit, President's Trophy winners 2024. Steve Yzerman did not take long at all to get that rebuild done. That is awesome. I'm not sure what I was clicking on there. Vegas, Vancouver's up high. Winnipeg, Colorado. So what? 3 teams there, the 100 plus. We're going to be so far down for a playoff team. Buffalo 15th doesn't make it. Yeah. Sucks to suck for them. Oh my goodness. 21st NHL. We're making the playoffs. Yeah, we squeaked in this year. I'm not going to be able to do that very many more times. Anaheim there, I think they got last again, 57 points. I'm not sure why they're simming bad since they obviously got a bunch of upgrades with the update. Goals for, we're not at the top, nor are we at the bottom. Or actually, wow, we are near the bottom. I take that back. So is Ottawa. 5th last in NHL in goals for. So we got to start scoring more goals. Goals against, we're not at the top, luckily. And nor are we at the bottom, so probably in the middle for that. Even though we're a playoff team, definitely some work to do. So we'll see who we play here in the first round. We're going to play the best team, obviously, in the West. Not going to be Detroit. Who was the best team in the West? It's the Vegas Golden Knights. Okay, so take a look at the Vegas Golden Knights lines here. I'm just hoping, honestly, we can win one game. I still can't believe we got completely swept last year by Chicago Blackhawks. Marchessault, Eichel, Smith, Patrick. They got Stone in the middle. He's got 68 faceoffs. That's interesting. Stevenson, he's got 78, so very interesting. I think even Patrick's more of a center, right? Yeah, Patrick's a natural center, 76 faceoffs. Whatever. Carrier, Carlson, Monahan. Okay. Monahan's very interesting because a lot of Calgary fans wanted them to trade Monahan with extras for Eichel. Defensively there, Theodore Pietrangelo, sick top pair. Coghlan, Wallander, Haig, and Whitecloud. I still can't believe they got Wallander for absolutely free. Detroit won the President's Trophy. Imagine if they still had Wallander, if they still had Niederbach that we took, Bednar, Leonard's their starter there, 85, Halak backing him up. So this Vegas team's a pretty good team, but, I think we're not a bad team either. So let's see how we do here in the first round again. We're just trying to get a playoff win, our first one with this new team. And we actually win the first 2 games. 3-2 OT win, a 6-3 win. Heading home now, too. Those first 2 games were in Vegas. We get a 1-0 loss or a close game, followed up by a 6-5 OT win. Just have to win one of the next 3. Okay, one of the next 2. There we go. We win in 6, and the 6th game there we won 2-1. Moving on now to the second round. Totally forgot to check our AHL team, where they finished in the standings. You guys can see here we're playing Edmonton second round. AHL team swept the Henderson Silver Knights. That's kind of cool. So we actually played Vegas there in the NHL and the AHL. And look at that, guys. Our AHL team did win the league. 125 points. They went off. Second there in goals for. And goals against, they had the best. So, yeah, very good year for the AHL team. Would be really cool if both our NHL and AHL team could come away with a championship. Now, Edmonton here, this is going to be tough. Hyman, McDavid, Nuge. McDavid's a 98. Yamamoto, Draisaitl, Fogle, Draisaitl's a 96. Are you kidding me? Benson, Janmark, Ernie, Pivaranta, McLeod, Janssen, Falaby. That's a tough name. Sick flow, though. Nurse, Barry, Bouchard, Giordano, wow. Samorikov, Liljegren, Goaltending wise, I got Skinner starting us up to an 84, Kakinen backing him up. This Edmonton team looks pretty good. So here we go, guys. First 2 games are in Edmonton. Let's see. Hopefully we don't get destroyed by McDavid and Draisaitl. That's not good. 3-0 loss, 5-1 loss. This is looking like when we played Chicago. Head home, though. 6-2 loss, but a 3-2 OT win. So just scrape by game 4 where you not get swept. Maybe we can pull off a reverse sweep. I mean, crazier things have happened. No, we do not. We lose there in 5-8 Oilers, but it's progress. Last year, didn't win a playoff game, knocked out in the first round. This year, make it to the second round, so hopefully can keep this going. Next year, make the conference final. Chychrun with 8 points in 11 games as well. He had a pretty good playoff. Dylan Holloway there, 16 points in 9 games. He had a great playoff. Now, is our AHL team actually out of it? Ontario Reign? No, we won 4 games. So our AHL team is on to the conference final. They are rolling. They have the Iowa Wild next year. See if they can win the conference final. And they sweep the Iowa Wild. Rochester Americans here. Okay, Calder Cup final. Loss and a win. We'll take that, 1-1. Back-to-back wins, 3-1 series lead. Alright, possible Calder Cup. Let's see if they can do this. They're 14-3 on the year. 1-1. Glebov for them, Sergei for us. Tied up, third period. Can these guys take home the Calder Cup? Pretty equal shots here. I'm wondering, like, is Jack Quinn maybe still on Rochester? I feel like we're too late. He must be, like, pretty good now, so we'll have to just kind of see who pops up. Power play. Kuliachonic, let's go. I thought they scored on their power play, but I think just ended. Kuliachonic scores. 3.5 minutes left to go. Is that going to be the game winner? I think so. 30 seconds left. Looks like Tucson's taking on a Calder Cup. 10 seconds left to go. Can our guys hold on? Rochester here has the goalie pulled. Crotty just going to pin that puck against the board. 5 seconds. Another big save from Wedgwood. Kuliachonic gets it to Jenik, and there we go. Tucson Roadrunners, Calder Cup champions. Hopefully this is a sign of things to come for the NHL team. Usually that's the case. Like, your Calder Cup team wins, a lot of those younger guys graduate to the NHL team. They're winners. You know, they get better. They help the NHL team win. Cheap contracts added to, you know, the superstar players. I think this is a sign of good things to come. And right here, guys, we have the captain of the AHL team accepting the Calder Cup. I'm not going to lie. I'm not sure who our captain is. I often forget to set the captaincy. It's Isaac Ratcliffe. Okay. 6'6" guy. He didn't actually look that big when he took the trophy. Power forward. I feel like the captain probably should have been Capobianco, but that is alright. I think he actually might be getting the cup right there. Oh, no, it's actually Funk. He's the guy who we drafted top 10. I think he's definitely making the NHL team this year. Looked to be a pretty good player. Kuliachonic just listed it up. Obviously got the game winner. And I think that must be our backup goalie, because that did not look like Scott Wedgwood. So, here we go, guys. Team picture. Like I was saying, a lot of good young players on this team. Hopefully making the jump to the NHL very, very soon. Now, as I was ending this, guys, I had to know, was that goalie our backup or was it Scott Wedgwood? And you're probably going to be as surprised as I was. Look at this. Apparently, that is Scott Wedgwood. Now, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you've already known this. I tweeted that pick out. No one got it right. I don't know how that game face equates to that face right there, but gotta love it. And look at this, guys. After the playoffs ended, the New York Islanders fired their head coach. I guess Barry Trotz is out. And the Detroit Red Wings won the Stanley Cup. The Yzer plan must have worked. Of course, we won the Calder Cup. So I would say a pretty successful season, honestly. We barely squeaked into the playoffs, but we actually, made a pretty good run of it. And the Islanders there win the first overall pick. So new coach, first overall player. I guess there's some things to be excited for there for the Long Island. Take a look at retired players next here, guys. Zach Parise calls it quits, or Parise. Parise sounds so weird to me. I don't care if that's the right pronunciation. I feel like Parise just makes more sense. Perry, Chris Letang on the Bruins. Same with Patrick Hornqvist. Mark Giordano there. Louis Erickson, Bobby Ryan, James Neal. Bobby Ryan, of course, retired in real life already, so I actually removed him from the game. Brian Little there. Edward Vlasic. Frolik, Soderberg. Okay, so no, huge names or anything. Goaltending-wise, Mike Smith, Brian Elliott. Again, yeah, some guys who are veterans, clearly only a couple years left in real life, are retiring still. Crystal Tang, Parise, and Perry there are scouts. Of course, guys, we want to take a look at the awards for this year. I don't think we won anything in terms of the NHL, but you never know. I still can't believe Detroit takes home the 2024 Stanley Cup. So they went through the Capitals in 6, Senators in 7, Devils in 5, and then a classic matchup there with the Avalanche. They beat in 5. Avalanche beat the Wild, Kings, Oilers before falling to the Detroit Red Wings. So looking at the NHL awards next year, of course, we know all the team awards. That's right, they won the President's Trophy too. So Detroit cleaned up. Individual awards here, Crosby, second Art Ross Trophy in 3 years. They also had his second Hart in 3 years. Quinn Hughes there, James Norris, Point Lady Bing. Bedard got the Calder, Larkin Conn Smythe, Kemper there got the Vezina, along with the Liam Jennings Trophy. Jet Wu there got the Bill Masterton. Washington Capitals coach Jack Adams, Couturier, Selke. Crosby also got Ted Lindsay, second time in 3 years. As well, he got the Maurice Richard. He actually beat out Ovi for it. Of course, we actually know he beat out McDavid for it. Had one more goal. So AHL here, of course, won the Calder Cup, regular season, Western Conference in the regular season, Pacific Division, also won the Western Conference in the playoffs. We cleaned up. Individual awards here. Barabanov got the most points. He also got MVP. Boucher there had most goals. Gunther, though, had outstanding rookie, so that's pretty cool. Thompson there, best D-man. Wedgwood, best goalie, back-to-back years. Kirk there, MVP of the playoffs. Let's go. I'll see how many points he had. Gunther there also had sportsmanship, so we're cleaning up actually pretty good in the AHL. Rinky, hopefully that's how you say it, community involvement. Wedgwood there also had lowest goals again. So yeah, our AHL team, they played pretty well. Gunther here we actually might not be able to look at because, yeah, they probably have him already on the NHL team, which I still hate how that's a thing. And look at that, guys. Holloway finished with 24 points, 18 playoff games, so Gunther probably had more than that if he won the playoff MVP. Once we get to the draft, we can actually see Liam Kirk there. It was Liam Kirk who won the playoff MVP. 26 points in 18 games. That's very impressive. Gunther, though, won AHL Rookie of the Year. Sorry, I got that mixed up. And we're not the draft here, guys. We're going to take a look at the draft class. Don't see us trained for first overall or anything. And there's a medium elite guy first overall. So, yeah, no crazy players. We're in 2024. We could have some creative players who'd be in this draft class, but haven't, gotten that far yet with my rosters. I know some people have. Looking at gems here. No one too late, unfortunately. I mean, this guy's 50-50 medium elite could be our first round pick, because I believe we still have that. I guess I'll, put a pin on all of them, but I doubt, they're going to be that crazy of a steal. Guaranteed medium elites, nobody late. Let's see, 50-50 medium elites in the 200s. I mean, they're probably not, but for the 200s, you really have nothing to lose making a pick there. Now, there's a guaranteed medium top 6 from Belgium, of all places. I can go early second round. You also got a 50-50 medium top 4 there at 167, but really, I don't think our scouts did the best job here. I'm curious too. Let's take a look at our trade value, see if the overalls have changed for a bunch of players. Wright's up to an 88. Trade value is very, very high. Medium franchise potential now. He's actually got up from high elite. Chicken's still 88. Funk's only a 79. Keller's an 88 now. Gunther's still 80. Hayden's gone down to 87, but for his price point, that's still pretty good. We're not upset with that. Strome, I think, was 84. Mangiapane dropped to 85 from an 86. Mangiapane, I kind of want to trade, because like I said, we're going to have an extra forward spot, or we need to make one, essentially, for Dylan Gunther. If not, extra players, depending what happens with Bergeron and Getzlaf. Neither retired, and, I mean, they both had really good seasons for their age. Getzlaf there had, 58 points. Bergeron, we already know, had, almost 100. I think, 97 points there, so I'd like to bring back Bergeron at least. Now, Seattle Kraken here have their early second round pick on the block. I'm not for Mangiapane again. 40 points for us. Could have played more. We just have players better fits. Gunther's coming up. I'm willing to kind of save the salary. Hopefully get a nice player with that pick. And Seattle does say yes there. Okay, so I think that's a good trade for us. We're still going to have a good amount of picks here. Our first pick's number 17. Hopefully don't mess this up. Hopefully get somebody nice. Looking at the players ranked there, we don't know anything about anybody other than Pierce here, who is guaranteed medium top 6. So we could take him. Honestly, I think that is the pick. Our next pick, the Seattle pick, there's a couple guys there. So Randy Pierce from Switzerland, 65 medium top 6. Honestly, that's a pretty standard mid first round pick. We'll take that. A medium elite there went to Nashville at 9. Kind of slipped to them, honestly. After that, you can see 5 medium elites all in the top 5. 80, 81, 78, 77, pretty standard. Our next pick here is number 35. A low elite there went to Chicago, first pick in the second round. We have 2 pinned guys here. The Gem's 50-50 medium elite, then you also have Martinez. I think we go with the Lowry, because, he's a gem. 75 medium top 6, wow, that is very high rated, right out of the draft. Look at this, guys. I didn't even realize we actually have back-to-back second-round picks. I'm trying to remember whose pick this was. I want to say Boston, maybe. And Martinez there, the guaranteed medium top 6. We're going to take him with the next one. 68 medium top 6. Were our 2 second-round picks better than our first-round pick? They were, but that's okay. I think we came away with 3 nice players there. And we have another pick too. Donskoy making 7.3 and a 7th. Definitely not. So here, I think we have another pin guy. Dolak from Germany, Gem, guaranteed medium top 6, 63 overall. So we have made 4 really good picks here, just adding prospects. They've all been forwards, but we took a couple defensemen. I remember a draft ago or whatever. So now we actually probably have to start looking for some steals. I believe all of our pin players are gone. We're at 84. They are not. Low top 6. I feel like I'd rather go for D-man. 167, bit of a reach here. Now there is this Tapeless guy. 50-50 medium elite. NHL ETA 5 years though. Whatever, let's take a risk here. 3rd round pick. 58 medium bomb 6, that is rough. We actually have back-to-back picks again, so I'm going to do a bit of a reach here, get us a defenseman. Morgan. Hopefully he's decent. And medium 7th. Okay, so we had 4 really nice picks to start the draft. The next picks though were not too good. I'll see what we have left here with our pins. Still a couple more guys. We'll go with another defenseman here. I feel like we don't really need the goalie right now. And Russell, 48 low top 6. Is actually better than the other pick. And with our next pick here, guys, we'll take the goalie. Zagrapan, 50-50 medium elites. 52 medium fringe, not terrible. Overall, honestly, I think we did pretty good there with that draft. Especially like those first 4 picks. We really hit out of the park, I think, with those forwards. Throughout the resign phase here, guys, as you can see at the bottom, we have just under $27 million in cap space. I mentioned it last episode, I felt like the year we just finished and this next year are best years to win, as both Chychrun and Wright are going to need big raises next summer. Both 88. I think Wright for sure will probably be in the 90s this time next offseason. Bergeron wants to come back, 38-80 overall. The guy had almost 100 points. I don't know how we don't bring him back. Now, a 2-year deal I think is a bit much for him. He wants to come back. Maybe he'll say yes to something like a 7.25, as I think we're actually saving money at that. And he's still 88 overall, still really good 2-way center. Ryan Getzlaf does not want to come back. He did help us with our chemistry, but he's 39, so I don't mind kind of, not risking that. Jake DeBrusk there wants to come back. I'm wondering if we need him. Let me sort this by position. That's usually a little bit easier to kind of get a handle on things. So Jake DeBrusk currently our 7th best forward. Lundstrom there dropped in rating, which is fair. He didn't play as much. Sorella went up, though, which is really nice. Gunther should still grow. Crouch drops to a 79, which is weird. We have Funk, too. So we could go without Jake DeBrusk and try and go all in on some superstar in free agency. 84 overall, 43 points last year, which is pretty solid. He wants 3.4 for an 84 is honestly really, really fair. On a 3-year deal till he's 30. We'll see if he takes $3 million, because if he does, I think can't pass on that. And now looking at defensemen here, guys. Chychrun, Weegar, Murray all locked up. I actually wanted to trade Murray. I just remembered that to make room for Condre Miller. Jacob Larson there is a UFA. 27.83, does not want a contract. Miller's 24. 4.3 for 3 years. 4.6, 4.8. 5 years at least 29. Maybe on like a 4.4. Hopefully that's good for us. Soderstrom, Broberg. Haven't gone up in rating yet, but I think they will. Wow, Soderstrom wants almost $5 million. That's a lot of money. Broberg wants $5 million and 82. That's way too much money, so we're going to play hardball with both those Swedes. Just qualify them for now. Jacob Larson, what's he want? 5.8. Wow, they're asking for way too much money, I think, for low 80 defensemen. Now, I mentioned before, like, you don't really get deals on defensemen, but that's still too much. I think we'll have to keep Murray for now as a contingency plan in case we lose one of those guys. And in terms of goaltending, luckily both are locked up. Samsonov and DiPietro. Wedgwood there as being too good, I think, in the AHL not to resign. Look at that, minimum for 2 years. We'll keep him. Maybe Bednar we trade though, so Brimstrov can get more playtime as the backup. Bergeron said we didn't offer him enough money. Fair enough. DeBrusk here also wants more money. Miller though says yes. Wedgwood says yes. So Bergeron, let's try 7.5. DeBrusk, let's try 3.25. And there we go. Bergeron's coming back. DeBrusk is not though. Interesting. And right now, guys, we're trying to make an offer on Connor Zary. 3 years. He's only asking for the minimum still. I feel like we put him in the top 6 in the AHL. He should definitely grow. Now Anderson, 25.78, wants 1.1. Honestly, I might just let him go. I feel like other guys will make the 4th line in the NHL, plus other younger players in the AHL. Holloway there, we definitely need to re-sign. Same thing for him. If we can get him for 3 years on entry level, like, such a good contract for us. Connor Geeky as well is getting his first contract, so we'll sign that. And Dante Lowry here, who we just drafted, 17 years old, already has 75 overall. He's got the tape-to-tape X Factor. This looks to be a really good player. That was our gem. Got him in the second round. I think we can actually have him in the AHL already because Chody was playing in Frölunda. He could be a big player for our future. There we go. He does accept his offer, I was going to say. Holloway as well coming back. Matthew Phillips, Connor Zary. I think our AHL team's going to be pretty nice. Bringing back a bunch of good young players. If they're done growing, not going to bring them back. They're only, help us. If anything, they actually hurt our team, taking nice time away from the younger players that are going to be part of our future. And so heading to free agency, guys, we got everyone locked up, but Soderstrom and Broberg, both are qualified, have almost 15 million in cap space there. Remember, it's really like 25. We didn't have the internal cap, so I feel like we should be okay if we can get both of those guys for 4. We still got about $7 million here to spend. Plus, I want to actually trade away Ryan Murray, potentially, honestly, maybe another forward too, depending, how it breaks down. So let's see what's available here. Obviously, if there's a good player, we want them. Okay, guys, I think you know what's gonna happen. We have to bring Austin Matthews to the desert. We have to bring him home. I know I signed him on the Seattle franchise, but I mean, this is just too perfect. Nathan McKinnon would be pretty sick too, but Matthews is 2 years younger and only wants like $500K more. Plus, McKinnon's actually got a bit more teams interested, so maybe we could actually sign Matthews. Yeah, I mean, this is too perfect. Sniper, player Shane Wright, the playmaker. Are you kidding me? Bring him home. Rasmus Dahlin has to be an RFA. Yeah, he is. Okay, Tyson Barrie, Matthew Boldy, Marchessault, Dylan Larkin would be nasty. Voracek, Tarasenko, Duran. I mean, I'd love to sign McKinnon. I think I tried signing McKinnon last time, but Detroit got him. We'll take a look here at defensemen just to see if we do lose some of our guys, who's available. I mean, Barry, obviously, $12 million is just ridiculous. Pesci there, 86 overall. Only 6.5. Like, that's pretty good when you consider the fact Broberg wants 600K less. He's an 82. Like, I'd much rather just have Brett Pesci, if we're being honest. And I wonder if I should just do that almost and just get it over with. And finally, here looking at goalies, I'm pretty happy with Samsonov. Vanacek here. Jack Campbell there. Sorokin. So no, like, crazy goalies, but some really good backups not asking for that much money. 83 is only asking for, like, geez, Vlader there at 84. Wants 1.5. He's still got 1 year left to grow. That's such good value, but our goalies are set. And are you kidding me, guys? There's a medium league goalie available for free. Severson, 20 years old, undrafted. He must have just been in this draft and no one got him, or maybe he grew since last draft. I mean, I'll give him the max. A medium league goalie for free. We cannot pass on that. And there's actually a few other decent goalies available here, guys. Mad Sogard, I don't know why Ottawa doesn't sign him. 23.78 medium starter. Like, he's going to be at least a backup. He still has time, honestly, to become a starter. Same with Allenfelt there. 1 overall higher, same age. Dustin Wolf, 23.77, low starter. I do have him as a medium starter now, so hopefully Calgary doesn't drop him. I'm thinking Allenfelt could honestly be the new AHL starter just because he's so much younger than Scott Wedgwood. Could potentially be the better goalie. Then we'll just trade away Wedgwood. 2-year contract for him. Looks good to me, 850K. Hopefully they'll say yes. And looking at two-way defensemen here, really no one that crazy aside from Matt Robertson, but he's an RFA. Forwards here, 20.57 low elite. Looks like another guy just didn't get drafted. We'll try and get him for free as well. Other than that, I think the only guy worth signing is Afanasayev here. 23.79 low top 6. Windsor Spitfire, you guys know. I gotta give him a chance, gotta give him a contract here. 3 years, I'll do that. 900K, playing the AHL. Hopefully a big player for us. Now I just remembered too, past couple seasons I forgot to check for any of those crazy computer generated players with like perfect shooting, but they're low rated. And I don't think I'm seeing any here. This guy, 23.74, has a good shot, but it's nothing insane. There's no 9.9s or anything, so maybe EA fixed that because wasn't the most authentic thing. But I do see Jesper Fast here, 32 sniper, 80 overall, wants 850K. I feel like he could be a solid fourth liner for us. I'll offer him a 2-year deal there. You guys look at his hands; they're really good. Shots decent. Like honestly, he's just a solid player, especially for that price. All right, guys, so we're now trying to get traded to the Pittsburgh Penguins, just dumping some of the guys we don't need. Aku Ratu there might be scratched in the AHL. Jenik probably wouldn't be, but he's one of the kind of worst forwards we have. Narina there definitely would be scratched. Bednar, of course, we don't really need with the medium elite guy. If we get a second round pick for this, that's amazing. Okay, trade rejected. I figured it would be, but the value was equal. I'll take a third round pick, at least, and the value at that point we're like doubling. And there we go. Okay, so still really good for us. Need to trade Scott Wedgwood still. Probably Ryan Murray as well, just to make sure we not only have the cap space, but just the roster spots to to potentially get Austin Matthews. And next year, guys are trying to get a trade with the Rangers, offering up Ryan Murray and Scott Wedgwood. As I mentioned, Hugo Allenfeld, I think, will be the new AHL starter instead of Wedgwood. Now, he is back-to-back AHL goalie of the year, so hopefully that gives them some extra value. They want him. Same with Ryan Murray here, 2 years left, but I think Condre Miller's kind of taking his spot. Now, McConnell Barker here is who I'm trying to get. 73 overall at 20, medium top 6. The dude had 113 points in his last junior season. Like, that's got to count for something. I thought about maybe also going for Othman here, but Othman's a year older, only 1 overall higher, only had an okay AHL season. For a sniper too, the shot accuracy there is not really where I'd like it to be. So I'm willing to do this if the Rangers are. Trade's accepted, okay, so I think that's a good trade. We get a nice piece back, save some cap space. And next year, guys, I'm trying to make another trade with the New York Rangers, sending Ryan Strome back to New York for a first-round pick. He's making $4 million. Basically, we need this money for one of our defensemen, Soderstrom Broberg. He's been playing third line a lot for us. I feel like we have young guys coming up to replace him. He's a bit older than DeBrusk. Basically, it came down to him or DeBrusk. He's also making about $500K more and has some more trade value, so I feel like I could actually get a first-round pick for him. Let's see what the Rangers say here. Trades rejected. I feel like the value is pretty close. I think they just did say like it's just a tad off. Let's give them back their 4th-round pick with Strome for a first. There we go. Okay, so we now have, you can see, $22 million in cap space. We're going to be paying Matthews about 15, so it only gives us 7 to get our 2 D-men signed, which is why, you know, this is so important here. So, like I said, we have to go after Matthews, bring him home to the desert. 7 years is actually exactly how much we need him for. I mean, I'll go 15. I don't think I'm going to go over 15. I think at that point it's a bit ridiculous. This is so much money too, but Matthews is that great. I feel like if he went to free agency, Arizona would do everything in their power to get him, as he could completely turn around that franchise, not only in terms of on ice, but also just, you know, filling that arena. Now, if we don't get him, that's okay. I feel like there's still a lot of players that we can get for literally like half the price. Larkin, they're 89, and, you know, just over half. And Lewis here offering us Justin Falk and a 3rd for Martinez and Zeri. Not a bad offer, probably, but we need that cap space for right now. Waiting to hear back from some of the free agents. Severson there, I believe the signing's good for himself, and the franchise, I believe he is the medium league goalie, so that's a nice, you know, free signing. Siglet there, I think, is also like, you know, decent young prospect. Let's see, just for Fast says yes, so 4th line or 1st line AHL. Vanasayev, definitely AHL. Allenfeld, a new AHL starter. Matthews, though, says yes, there we go. Cash offer was most generous, so big offer there on Austin Matthews. Like I said, hopefully he can turn around Arizona. We have enough money for Falk. Dylan Holloway, Connor Zeri. I'm not going to give up those guys, but I just want to see what his rating is. 3 years left. He's an 84. I don't think with 3 years left they'd retain any money because I'm just not willing to take on that contract. Otherwise, I'd be interested in him for sure. Wow, look at this trade, guys. Pavel Buchnevich, the Anaheim Ducks for 2 seconds, and Fowler going to St. Louis. That's a big one. Bringing a trade over here from the Philadelphia Flyers. Ryan Ellis and Edler for Brouwer in a 2nd. I mean, Ellis is a very good defenseman. How old is he now? He's 33, though. Only an 84, so he's actually dropping me an 86. Never mind. I'd much rather just the younger, slightly lower-rated Broberg and Soderstrom. Alright, guys, so as you can see in the top right, we're at the end of August now. August 26th, which is actually my birthday. Soderstrom, Broberg, both their prices have come down. Broberg wants 1 year, 2.8. I'd like to get it more of a bridge. 2 years, 3.3. 3 years, 3.9. 3 years, 3.5 sounds pretty good, especially if he grows. Let's see if he'll do that. We should have about 7 million here. Soderstrom, 1 year, 2.5. 2, 3.6. 3, 4.1. Soderstrom, we might have to do 2 years then, just to actually get this under contract. Let's see if he'll do 2 years, 3.25. Hopefully those guys say yes. If not, we still have a bit of time here. I found, if you guys, pro tip here for you guys, the best time to sign them is like the end of the offseason before preseason starts, but not once preseason starts, as usually then, for some reason, their price will just spike back up. Philip Broberg, I decided to accept your offer. That's awesome. We got him that 3-year deal. I think pretty good value. Soderstrom. And believe this sign will be good for myself and the franchise. There we go. So we got the Swedish duo back. I think our defense then is looking pretty good. In terms of the ratings, we're going to have somebody making it from the AHL, whether it is Capobianco, Stanley, Karate, Kuliachonic. Someone hopefully is going to step up. Also, too, guys, looking at the cap situation, you can see we still have just under $2 million in cap space. Now, we're definitely going to lose Bergeron after this year. We'll need his money to re-sign Shane Wright. Also, too, Jacob Chikrin's going to need a new contract. He's going to need a raise, so we might lose Samsonov after this year unless he takes a pay cut. This is definitely, our year to win. I said we had 2-year windows last season and this season, so Hopefully this season we can get it done. And so I'm going to start next season here, guys. Trying to break a trade with the Edmonton Oilers, offering up Ho-Sang and Krause for a 3rd round pick. Lawson Krause, believe it or not, doesn't make our NHL team. He's actually dropped the rating to a 79. He does have that truculence X factor, but doesn't really make up for the fact he's making $1.5 million for the next 3 years. I wouldn't mind, saving $500K, even though it's only $500K, 27. He's actually taking ice time now from guys in the AHL. Same goes for Ho-Sang. On the Seattle team, it was like our AHL All-Star, but honestly, this Tucson AHL team is too good for Ho-Sang to be taking up ice time, so let's see if we can get a 3rd round pick for the two of them. Trade rejected, fair enough. Honestly, I didn't expect to get a 3rd. I'm just going to keep working them down. That way we can get the highest pick possible. We get a 4th rounder there. That's amazing. So I was talking to you guys about just how good these lines are looking. Let me show you them right now. So starting with the NHL team here, guys. +5 on the first line. Austin Matthews, Patrice Bergeron, Shane Wright. Are you kidding me? That line hopefully just tears up the NHL. Now Bergeron has dropped an 86 overall, but hit almost 100 points last year. He's playing with 2, generational players. I think he'll do all right. Clayton Keller, Barrett Hayton, and Dylan Gunther's the second line. This is like the all Arizona line because these guys are already on the team. Hopefully they play well. Jake DeBrusk, Isaac Lundstrom, Puljujärvi on the third is a very solid 3rd line. We then have Funk, Sorella, and Ratcliffe on the 4th line. This 4th line is actually pretty cool. So Ratcliffe here has 99 aggressiveness, 99 strength, 92 body check. Like, this dude is our enforcer. Sorella 82 is kind of like a solid depth player. And then Funk here, also pretty strong player, power forward. Amazing shot on him. Probably going to get him in the power play because, look at that thing, especially 81 overall. He's just going to get better. In terms of the defense here, we have Chicker and Uyghur top pair, Stanley Miller second pair, Broberg Soderstrom bottom pair. Broberg Soderstrom should really be the second pair in terms of like how good they are, but the chemistry is a lot worse. So what I'm probably going to do is just make sure that they're both getting a lot of special teams time. Also, too, Stanley grew to an 80, so that really helped us out. As only 6'7", so should we get a block in shots? Yeah, he's got a 90 shot block there. I'm actually going to put him on the left side because Miller is a bit more offensive. Usually I have the more offensive D-man on their kind of offhand there. In terms of goaltending, I think no changes. Samsonov still an 88, DiPietro there an 84. So this NHL team looks pretty good. I think, should definitely be back in the playoffs next year. Looking at the AHL team now, they're insane. I think they're definitely going to have a very good shot defending their Calder Cup. We got Dylan Holloway, Connor Geeky, Jesper Fast on the first line. Noel Gunler, Dante Lowry, who we just drafted. 18 years old, 75 overall. Medium top 6. This guy's playing with an 80 and a 79 in the AHL second line. Like, they're going to tear it up. That could honestly be a 4th line in the NHL. Afanasayev there is up to an 80. Zuzin there, Zary Phillips. We have 2 80s on the 3rd line of our AHL team. Like, that is just honestly an abundance of riches. And I honestly kind of feel bad for Zary. He's 22 years old, 80 overall. He should be playing like first line AHL bare minimum, but this guy here is 18, 75. If we put Zary second line, we go get the chemistry boost. Geeky's 20 with medium elite. He needs that ice time. Although I think if we switch with Zary, we do get a bit more chemistry. It is an option because Zary, medium top 6, we want him to grow, but I'm more worried about, turning Geeky into an actual superstar. 4th line even, Niederpaks at 77. McConnell Barker we just got from the Rangers, 75 at 20. Liam Kirk there. The AHL team is just unreal. Zuzin, honestly, we could probably switch with someone, but the chemistry gets messed up, so you're just going to leave him there. Defensively, Capobianco, unfortunately, maxed out at 79. I started this franchise before I fixed the rosters, where I think he's already a 79 to start out the franchise. I've done 80 with Arizona. Kuliachonic there as well in the top pair. Crotty, Deneen, and then Brouwer Jansen here. This is actually really cool. If you guys remember, we drafted them back-to-back 2022, 35th and 34 overall, respectively. They're paired up down the bottom pair. Both medium top 4, both low 70s. Hopefully they play well. In terms of the goaltending as well, Alan Felt's already an 81. Burmistrov here is our medium elite guy. Started out at 48, is already a 70 now. Medium elite potential. This might be the best I've ever seen a 40 overall goalie grow in this game. 70 overall, so he's gained, 22 overall points in 2 seasons as we drafted him, 2022. Like, that is ridiculous. If he keeps it up, he actually has a chance to be a starter, which you don't usually expect with those goalies, even though they have the good potential. Their overalls are just too low. In terms of the captaincy here, I left it the same, but as I mentioned, we're almost for sure losing Bergeron after this season, at which point we're definitely going to be giving that A to Austin Matthews. Where is he? There he is, number 34. If not even potentially getting him the C. I don't know. We'll see how Chikrin plays. I do want to get to the preseason here, guys, just to show you what our team overalls are. I'm matched up with Dallas right now. Let's take a look here. See those stats. Matthews, Wright, Bergeron all have X factors. We have 95 offense, 92 defense, 89 goaltending. We are a very, very good team. Love to bring a Stanley Cup to the desert. And check this out, guys. I was looking at the record book to see if we've actually broken any records, and the only one is Clayton Keller set the record for assists in a game with 6, and that was just this past season. Not sure which game that was, but that's cool to see. Hopefully we can set more records this coming season. But that's going to do it, guys, for this one. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave that thumbs up. And as always, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.